right here, right now, on your favorite channel. Hey everybody, how you doing? Dirt Street Stock at USA International Speedway. I'll be in the Iowa State University Cyclones, University of Iowa Hawkeyes, UNI Panthers, Drake Bulldogs. Car number 2 today. I'm starting 4th in a field of 13. Race length is 30 laps, which equals 22.5 miles. Boy, I love this new ready to race thing. The button's not there because I'm already done. If I chose not to qualify, I could click that and say, I'm not going to qualify, I'm ready to race. I've been talking about this ever since I first started in iRacing, and now you see there's nobody on the track, and qualifying will end in 32 seconds due to inactivity unless one of these guys were to jump on the track. So that's the way that works. Love it. Because otherwise, you see, we still have 2 minutes to go. Now we have 15 seconds to go, mark. I'll remember to start the car this time, unlike at Lanier. All right, USA International decided to do some more Week 13 mayhem, dirt street stock style. 13 cars in the field. I'm the number 2 seed car, qualified 4th. There were almost 70 people in the practice lobby. Very, very popular Week 13 series. Didn't like the way the car looked at Lanier under the lights there. I put a little bit of a shine on it, a little chrome speck. Originally, I was just going to kind of leave it flat the way it is, naturally, so I went back to that. I didn't dull it in GIMP on the paint job, but I just left it stock, if you will. All right, up front, a lot of low I-rating guys behind me. I mean, shit, I'm only a 967. And we got a swerver already. Oh, they're piling up behind us. Practice lobby was kind of a mess. This car is not that hard to drive, but they were all over the freaking place. "30 laps again, enduro, no cautions."
And a big thank you to all these fantastic fans that are here today. Packed house, great to see. For everybody watching at home, hope everybody enjoys the race.
This 5 is going to be an issue. How much you want to make a bet?
All right, girl. Do it. Right on.
Guaranteed rest on the first flag.
Oh, that big shot's off there, baby. I'm the dope. Green flag.
There it is already. Wrecking behind us big time. Thank God for enduro, no cautions. We're just going to kind of hang back and watch the 5. I can even let the 4 go here. And I think that's the right call.
1, 4. Inside. Inside.
No real pressure from behind. But I'm a little closer than I'd like to be to these guys. Well, the field is really strung out and thinned out.
27.676.
The leaders at start-finish line, he's just, there he is, the yellow car. Number 8 machine, he's gone.
27.512.
All right, kind of got a little nose to tail here. 2 through 6. Time to start racing. Oh! Five's hooked up on somebody. They're going to get into it. Boy, they were hooked together for a long time. And there it goes, there it goes.
Slow car on the top. Stay on the bottom.
Hopefully they're hurt. Hopefully that car's hurt, number 5. I called it though, didn't I? Okay, is that the leader right ahead of us? It is. Maybe he's been in the wall and had some issues. Oh no, he's probably turn one. Oh, more activity.
27.3. Yeah, stay low. Be high, stay low. Outside.
God, you guys.
Stay on the bottom.
Goddamn green, orange 7 car between a cockpit.
Outside. We're high. Slow car in front of you on the bottom.
That's why we need a kiddie room in iRacing.
Outside. Clear. Stay at the bottom. Stay at the bottom.
Okay, am I still in 4th somehow? Oh, Jesus, this is ridiculous.
40.721.
All right, that's going to be some protest, guys. So where am I going to shake out in this cluster fucking fuck when I come across the start-finish line? Am I still in 4th? Yeah, apparently.
33.438.
God, what a bunch of fucking children. That was just... I'm embarrassed for iRacing for allowing this kind of shit to go on.
On the paper.
Well, the old ISU University of Iowa car took a pounding.
Faster, baby. I need 20,000 laps.
We still got 20 to go.
Go high.
Okay, I'm in 3rd. Podium.
27.604.
Car feels okay. You know, I don't know about temperatures here in this car with the smashed up front end. Leader's right behind me, so is second.
27.35.
You don't know how to save replays. I've never protested any on my life. But
Nick, I'll get with you after the race in a personal chat.
sounds good. I think I can come back out for the last or two.
Do you know how to snip and clip a replay?
27.544.
No, I've never done
Okay, if I don't get a hold of you right away, I will get a hold of you through the iRacing messaging system.
But as soon as we leave this lobby, we can't do anything with replays. You gotta do it in here now.
When you leave, if you choose to leave now, just save the replay in its entirety.
27.758.
Well, gonna educate a young man on how to protest with a replay, I guess, but I'm just out here doing time trials now. Leaders are 1 and 2 are behind me by about 3 seconds, so I'm in the podium spot right now. And you know, I was in 4th, but down to 6th, up to 4th. Wanted to race those guys. That's what we're here for. But petulant, childish behavior took hold. And the 5 was, you know, I'll have to go back and watch this, but I don't know if what the 5 was doing was intentional or he was just, you know, a bad racer. You know, and bad racers, you know what? Hey, we've all been there. This is a rookie series here. But anyway, there was quite a bit of extracurricular activity going on.
27.539.
Yeah, this is Nicholas that I was chatting with. I'm probably going to be the last car. I'm probably the last car on the lead lap, and I'll be the first car lap down when the leader gets me here.
27.
All right, leader, down the front straight.
Inside. Still there. Clear. 28.296.
Yep, only 2 cars on the lead lap. And I pretty much got podium sewed up. What a wild, wild, bizarre race. Wow. Not what I expected. Nicholas is running some pretty good times. I don't know if there's a fast fix involved with this. Ooh, leader pounds the wall.
27.354. 5 go this time.
Second place is 5.3 seconds behind me. Ooh, Nicholas is all over the place. Well, just running some doggy laps to the end here. Keep it off the wall, keep myself clean. We got a couple cars up ahead of us. We can back our way off. At least we'll bring home a podium. Wow. Good win, 8.
Say hi, say hi. Checker flag. All right, man, good job. All right, man, good job. Good job.
Well, that's going to be a YouTube sensation. I don't know if that was what you call racing or a demolition derby or what the fuck that was, but hold a podium out of it. You know, like I said, there was close to 70 cars in the practice lobby. This is probably the bottom split. I'll have to go look and see, but anyway. So what a mess. We're gonna look at a whole bunch of replays here if we haven't already. All right, so we're going to watch this from the very beginning. You know, I was kind of concerned about the 5 car on my outside. He was a little bit of an issue, but it's the 7 car behind me and Nicholas in the 11 car right behind him that really kind of get things going. It's all the 7. Look at, okay, right up there, up against the wall. You know, and during the pace laps, he's going to come up and try to tap me a couple times, and then in turn 2 on the first pace lap, he loses it. And then almost hits the wall. I mean, just, okay, Nicholas gets tapped from behind, then the 7 takes out the 9, 9 gets back into Nicholas, 7 keeps on going. You know, this guy's just a piece of fucking work. And I looked up his profile. He's been on iRacing for a grand total of 2 months. He's still a rookie, probably a child. I don't care if he's 30 years old, he's still a fucking child. Okay, so now he's going to try to come up and do that attempted intimidation thing that only small men do. He's going to tap me coming down the front straight here. Everybody's kind of checking up, trying to get back in the line there. It's just a mess. The track looks like it's ice, but it's really not that bad. Anyway, okay, so we're going to come down and start the second pace lap. And there's the 7. He's still trying to do that little intimidation thing on me. He's all that, man. I mean, I tell you what a big man on track. Here he comes up and trying to do it again. Almost gets back in the wall. 5's doing that weave back and forth thing. That in the car during the race, that was more of my concern than the petulant little number 7 behind me. And then the 7, I was watching this in my rearview mirror. Here he comes up again, gives me another little tap, and then he backs off just when the truck goes off and we go green, so I'm able to get a little bit of distance on him. Seven actually goes through turn 1 pretty clean, and then he kind of comes down and the 4 kind of comes up. They get hooked together, and then the 7 gets into the 9 again. Now that's 11 Nicholas on the inside diving down. That right there, the 7 didn't do anything wrong there. Nick didn't do anything wrong there. It was just the track kind of closed up, and you know, I mean, that wasn't a big deal right there. The big deal, okay, now the 7 is being a complete fucking douchebag. Took out that other car, and then, or didn't even see him, you know, piss poor driving, whatever. So now he's upside down on the front stretch there, spinning his wheels. You know, he's throwing a temper tantrum. That's exactly what we're seeing. Oh, he changed gears back and forth, reverse to forward. And yeah, that's going to help you get off the roof there, little man. So we all get by him. Oh my. And oh, now he's going to crank the steering wheel back and forth. Maybe that'll help him. Okay, so I guess there are fast fixes in this series. I did not realize that because he's in the pits getting all fixed up and purdied up so he can get back out on the track there. So we'll flash forward to where he gets back on track. All right, so he's got his fast fix and he's getting back on the track. He's all clean. Now he's several laps down and everything, you know, so we'll just see how he plays now. I mean, the race is over for him. It's just a matter of running laps. How is he going to deal with this? How's the child going to deal with it? Well, first he almost loses it and almost hits the wall. Coming down the front straight here, pretty clean, and then just plows right into a car that had already hit the wall and came to a stop. That's okay. Now his front suspension is just all tore the fuck up. I mean, that was just blatant as hell right there. I did protest this motherfucker. I didn't include that clip. You can only include 3 clips. Okay, there he tries to get up against Nicholas, who had self-spun or something. You know, Nicholas has got damage. So then he brake checks, tries to brake check the 12, but the 12 gets out of the way. You know, he can't steer the car. Here comes the leader, number 8. Watch this, watch this. He couldn't get down there and get the number 8. Here comes Nicholas, missing a front end. And watch this, watch this. This is right in front of me. Just turns right down into Nicholas, drives him up in the wall, and then me and the 4 come into this. The 4 was where I picked up that 3rd place. He was in 3rd, I was in 4th. Of course, douchebag in the 7 car gets away. And then he brake checks the 9, who collects another car. I wanted to include that clip. I think I might have included that clip in my protest. There are so many to choose from, and you can only do 3. Okay, so he's limping around. You know, he's got this busted up suspension. The car won't turn. Okay, here I come, and the car behind me. Here comes the 6. He had nothing to do with any of this, and the 7 turns right down to the 6, then turns him, and then that collects me again. This is where I decide enough of this shit. So I get away, and the 6 turns around and drives head on into another couple cars. That was the leader. That was number 8. He must have done a fast fix, or he got away with that. I'm not sure about that, to be 100% honest with you there. Wow. Okay, and then the 7, still trying to do as much damage as he can. What a piece of fucking shit. I don't care if he's 13 years old. I don't care the fact that he's been on iRacing for 2 fucking short months. iRacing, you sit this motherfucker down for a half a year or more. You give him his fucking money back. He's only been on the service anyway, you know, enough of that. You know, but they'll, if by chance this is his first little rage and his first protest, the first one's a free one. He gets away with this. I know what everybody's saying. It's week 13 mayhem. Hey, it may be week 13, and week 13 has its own little special place for the fucking petulant children of iRacing. But it still all counts. You know, safety rating, iRating, and everything else. Okay, I see him up high, and then I get down real low. I think he tried to come down, and now watch this. He hammers the throttle and is going to try to T-bone me, but the timing was just off, and that right there was his final 17th X for a DQ. So I chatted with Nicholas at length after the race and kind of indicated and told him how he could make snips on the replay and protest, and I hope he follows through. I guess the reason I'm not as upset as I could be is I did pull a podium out of this, but it was through no effort of my own. I got to thank the 7 for being a complete fucking piece of shit. He's the one that took out pretty much half the field. He did get the leader pretty hard there, and I thought the wheel coming off was from the leader, but it was not, and he just maintained and kept on going, and the number 8 car did take the win. iRacing should be embarrassed. I mean, I am for them that this kind of shit goes on. There's just too many people that treat this as a console arcade game. You know, pre-COVID era, it was a whole different ball of wax, and now it's just a shit show just about every week. A lot of people say, you know, it's when the good race happens that, you know, it makes you feel really good. Well, how come we can't have more good races more often? Well, it's because of petulant little fucking children like this car, and there's just so many of them today. And it's clear that the protest system doesn't work, you know, with the first one being a freebie, which, you know, I mean, I suppose I get that. But here's the thing. If there's so many people out there doing this, this clearly shows that the current membership of iRacing is just a bunch of fucking assholes. And I don't know how you deal with that. But in this case, again, even if this was this guy's first protest that he'd ever had, which is kind of hard to believe, but let's just say this is the first time he's done anything like this. I mean, in my opinion, the quantity of his rage and his incidents is enough to sit him down even on the first time, around. But I have no faith that that'll happen. You know, I'll keep an eye on his profile for a while, then I'll get tired of doing that. So anyway. All right, well, it was a pretty good race. Started 4th, number 2 seed car. The Iowa State University of Iowa car took quite a pounding, but brought it home in a podium 3rd. All right, guys and gals, thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.